I'll start getting itching. Like itches in my throat here, so I gotta go. What do you mean? You hear that?
What was that one? What was that one?
If you hear that today, that's me.
That was you ever watch Hitch? With Will Smith. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, I'm not talking about our food allergies.
Yeah, they had a different name for it.
It's live.
Oh, well, you don't stay here today?
Yeah.
Are we not wearing masks?
Yeah, I got my hand. Just finishing up the call. Time to hide you.
Phone silence. Silence the phone. Okay.
It is time to start the meeting.
Commissioner Mullins. Present. Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
Commissioner Wilkinson. Present. A quorum is present.
Okay, as soon as a third member gets in his chair, we will stand up, and I have officially proclaimed this to be a meeting now. So,
He's standing.
okay. As you desire, please stand for the education. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we seek your presence as the meeting of the business of the county occurs. We ask that you guide and direct our actions and that we always be looking out for the county. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. The consent agenda is almost the longest part of the meeting today. We'll have approval of the minutes for last week's meeting. Okay, second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor, aye? Aye. All right, thank you. Very short agenda today. Approval for the 2021 contract by the assessor, E.J. Rice is the company, right?
Correct.
I put initials on it, wasn't sure. Go ahead.
Dan, Warren County Commissioner, we accepted the bid on E.J. Rice for our printing personal property list, email, and sending out the smaller cards for their renewals on folks that do it online, and we're asking this commission to accept it also.
How does the price run?
Actually, it's less than it was last year.
Good. Okay.
Well, I move on
This is a sole provider, right?
Actually, we had to go to bids due to some
Oh,
other companies that were
So
interested.
it's the recipient of the bid?
Yes.
Okay.
On the recommendation of the assessor, I move that we accept and enter into an agreement with E.J. Rice.
Second?
I'll second.
And this is budgeted and everything's been on it,
Yes.
okay. Any questions, comments? Why is it lower?
I'm sorry?
Why is it lower in price?
We, this year is an off year. Mindy, can you attest a little more to that?
I think part of the reason that it's lower is they offered us the opportunity, instead of mailing an assessment list to the people that e-file, we're gonna mail them postcards instead to remind them that it's time to file their assessment list.
Okay, so it changed the program a little bit. Okay, some more efficient.
And we are encouraging folks, including everyone here, to e-file because it's very efficient and it's not time when you don't have to deal with stamps and coming in elections. So
Okay,
come and
that's
visit
good
our
then.
office.
All right. Any other questions, comments? All in favor, aye? Aye. Thank you so much, Dan. Bid opening, security system upgrade for the Weber Road facility, the IT department.
We have one bid.
So we gotta open that publicly. And Jared, is that a surprise you only had one?
A little bit. We had a couple of people walk through, but we told them where to turn it in, and that was up to them. So we're gonna look at this bid. I'll get with maintenance because it's coming out of their budget for this fiscal year, and we'll give a result probably just one bid. So we'll give
Assuming it's
results on
acceptable.
right.
Yeah.
November 10th.
CSC group, and that has to go through the audit, make sure that it's
Correct.
bid properly, and then you can always, I know you've probably done this a lot, but you can always turn down the bid if it's not acceptable.
Right. Okay.
And
And
you
we'll
said-
get that result back on November 10th, since we don't have a meeting next week.
And we'll be talking about that later. There will be no meeting on election day next week. Thank you, Jared. Okay, that bid has been opened and it's on the table for public view. Okay, appointment request, and I'm about to run out of meeting, by the way. The St. Francis County Board for the Developmentally Disabled request that the term of Holly Joyce be renewed. I think it's up in January. So, do I have a motion?
I would move that we approve the renewal of Holly Joyce.
Yeah, and I would second that motion.
Questions, comments? All in favor, aye? Aye, thank you. Okay, there we go again. No meeting on Election Day next week. And we will meet again here on November 10th. That's the plan, anyway. Other business, correspondence? Public comments? Departmental reports?
Commissioners, we have, I have here a check from the treasurer of the state of Missouri. I met Eric Gramlich with DNR yesterday. This check is made out to Preferred Land Title LLC. We're doing the closing today on the 108 acres, and this check is in the amount for $294,381.29. So this is a long day coming. After today's signing, that ground will be ours.
And it is over 100 acres of
108
county
acres.
park.
Yes, 108 acres along with the original 37.53 adjacent acres.
And how much of that comes out of county funds?
Zero comes out of county funds. This is
Zero.
part of the ASARCO settlement. More funds will be coming. For example, the $300,000 for the borehole closure projects throughout the Big River and adjacent lands. More monies in the tune for restoration and cleanup. So that's all coming down the pipe. But this is a long day coming.
How long have you been working on that?
Since I was elected and took office 2009.
Been a while.
Can I say something too, please? This is not something that just happened. I mean, you've worked really, really, really hard for it. And that's, you think you're getting one, you're in the right lane, and then, oh, I throw something else at you. When you deal with government, that happens sometimes, but it is noteworthy to bring to attention that this has been a long, slow road. And you've taken the lead, and I appreciate it.
So this afternoon, we will officially own that property.
Correct.
Okay. Good enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, any questions on that report? Yes, Dan?
Will there be a huge gathering and ribbon cutting for that so that the public knows that they're gonna have a new park that they can hopefully in the near future visit?
Think about the time we had the governor out there and the two guys in the fishing boat came up.
Yeah, and you had one commissioner who sits all the way to the left was kicking rocks at me while I'm talking to the governor.
And I took a picture of it with the governor so he could prove that he was there.
Yeah. So we will, Dan. I foresee that. We just.
It is noteworthy, so I'm sure it'll be in the papers and stuff too, but that's a good deal. I don't know how many first-class counties have parks. Does anybody know offhand?
I think we all do.
They all do?
Yeah,
I think we're the only one that doesn't.
We're joining the group.
And I would like to add that this area, I've been over this area, and it borders a large portion of Big River and has bluffs that overlook the river.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, pristine, wooded, and some fields, but mostly wooded. It has the potential of being an extremely beautiful park once it's completed with its development.
The little story behind this, when we were first talking about taking over this property, we wanted to make sure that it wasn't contaminated with junk material and waste and, whatever, hazardous stuff or anything. So a couple of our road and bridge guys staged a horseback ride. And they rode every square foot of it, and they came back and said, we didn't find anything out of the way, so. But it had a horseback ride on it. That worked out well. I think it was on the weekend, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay. Any other departmental reports? Yes?
Dan, Ward County Commissioner, first of all, congratulations to the commission on this historical event. Patrick Mullins on the work we've done. We are, at this time, Maintenance is installing the boxes on our countertop, which will be bracing the soon-to-be installed glass to protect not only our employees, but the public during these hard, serious times. I just want to let you know it's being done right now.
Thank you. You want to talk about the election?
Yeah,
Or whatever.
I can. We've currently, as of this morning, voted over 5,500 in person out there. Appreciate the room out there as we talked the other day, that this is over 10 times the amount that we did the whole time 4 years ago, and we would have had to do it in that outer hallway, which would have been very, very difficult. We're averaging over 400 a day, where this week we were open till 6. We went ahead and yesterday, there was about 30, 35 people from 4 to 6, but almost every one of them said they could not make it any other time, so that let them get off work and do it. So I think it's worthwhile, because if we average, say, 40 people a day this week while we open it, that's 200, and 2 weeks ago 200 people would have been a huge day. Now it would be a disappointing day. We're capable of going to about 600 a day without any more than 10-minute wait. Everybody's doing a great job. Linda's doing a great job lining up our poll workers. We've got poll workers out there every day. We've got 5 to 6. Couple things I said on the newspaper and radio is we are monitoring the individual precincts on their participation. And we're slow right now on the upper counties, the upper precincts in the counties, Terre de Lac, Patterson, and Timberline. And Bonne Terre, we're actually voted 600 people as of this morning, but they have 4,000 people in that precinct registry. And you're probably going to hear some negatives. You remember when I took over and I said there was almost 1,000 inactive voters that have been on the rolls? Well, they're showing up now, and they can't vote because we sent them 4 letters. So if you hear that 4 letters, and the 4th one said, if you do not respond to this, you will not be able to vote. So one of them called yesterday, and he's writing a letter to the president, and I told him make sure he spells my name correctly, because I want him to know that our rolls are people that his wife, he was mad his wife can't vote. She hadn't voted in 12 years, and we sent her 4 letters, and she didn't respond to any, and I'm sorry, but we've purged the part of the fraud that I found in this is in the non-active, all the hundreds of people that some states now are sending live ballots to those people. And we only do it upon request, but you'll probably get grief. We are having people that are showing up, but every one of those had 4 letters sent to them and have not voted in 2 federal elections.
If you walk in out there right now, how long does it take to vote?
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes.
We think that Thursday, Friday, Monday, that will look about 10 minutes. What we did, we have 2 lines, but we can go to 4 lines and use the room in back, and 14 more people can vote in back, and we have 26 voting, so about the 36 to 40, if depending upon how we arrange it, we can have voting at all times, and if we have 4 lines, that's about as max. So we should be able to handle up to 600 to 650 a day without more than a 10-minute wait. Conversely, we're expecting a half an hour to an hour and a half wait at the precincts. So
Surely not the room all the way back.
what's that?
Surely not the room all the way back.
No, nobody's in the morgue. Those people have already voted 7 times. They're from Illinois.
Okay.
No.
Did you have something else?
No, that's kind of where we're at. Anybody got any questions, I'll tell you where we're at, but you're going to hear some.
Yeah, Dan?
Yes, and I know Kevin's been promoting, everybody's been, we've all been on the radio and newspaper and telling people the Weber Roof Facility. I just met 2 people downstairs, where can I vote? They still don't know where that facility is, so I had to, and they may be driving around town with my instructions, but I sent them that way.
You know what I found, though, something interesting is we were saying it's across from the old Mineral Area Hospital. About 50% people knew where that is. You know what they all knew? You know where Catfish Kettle is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can go by Catfish Kettle, make a left, and go down a half mile. Everybody knew me. I had yet to find anybody that doesn't know where Catfish Kettle is, so we started giving directions based upon getting past Catfish Kettle. And now with the sign outside saying, vote here, pointing to another one that says, right here, I started to put one on the door saying, here! But I couldn't make the letters quite big enough, but it's better. We've yet to have anybody. In August, we had 4 signs out, but they were small signs. Especially some of our seniors were saying, I drove around there 4 times and I couldn't find it. You'd have to be legally blind to miss the signs right now.
Well, Betty was telling me that they'll stop at her desk and ask for it. She said, go back the hallway, and they say, which hallway? There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she's given more directions probably in the last month than she has last year.
Okay, anything else? Any departmental reports? Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm out of meeting.
I'll move to adjourn.
All in favor, aye. Thank you.
Everybody good?
Yep, so I'll get with Brian, our maintenance guy, and we'll go over and we'll have to look at it and make sure it is. Like I said, we'll know by the so if we don't have a meeting next week.
If you need something, just give me a call. We can come back down and, is there a timeline when it needs to be done by?
Just sooner the better, probably before, by the end of the year, before we start the budget, so.
I'll pass the word along that potentially we can get that.
Yep,
All right,
sounds
yeah,
good,
thanks, appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
I was surprised others didn't.
Like I said, we walked through probably about 4 or 5.
Were they locally here or St. Louis or local?
One was the local, or 2 was actually local, then there was 3 that was from like Ormond area, or up in Portland where you guys are. But we do always.
Yeah, that's all you say.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
10-15.
Jared, I will get you a copy of this.
As long as they don't,
I said I'll
well, as
probably
long as
go
they
over.
don't cover it, I guess, so if like.
Right, if they don't have it. Right, yeah,
But yeah.
I'll get you an itinerary.
Okay, sounds good.
Nah, well, we're gonna upgrade everything.
You got it.
One's just, camera system, motion detectors.
Is it a good camera?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing worse than a bad camera when you're trying to identify.
And we're trying to increase the camera inside the phone parking lot. Mostly everybody parks. Not for me.
And they're selling all the
Just
shit.
one camera.
If they can, I mean, I don't know how well tickets sell for one. But yeah, it's on. I'm on prepared right now. No, just use it. I did hear that he's doing bad, so.
I got to think about that. There are times in the past.
Does he really?
I would speak down to it. I have something, in case somebody pulled up some.
Well, I just heard a weekend, I
I'll have to be careful.
couldn't.
Because I didn't want to. I know that. We posted up close to this one.
I got that.
Blank statement.
The reason I said I got that.
I was always ready
I got
for
the
the
Oh, yeah. But I did, we're 100% on the train.
Oh, this is 15 years ago.
I ran out of time because people kept interrupting me.
Patrick, get his done?
Yeah. They go 3, 4, something like that.
5, 6 times, but
Well, I didn't do so
wasn't
good.
paying
I missed the
attention
last
to the last.
But, you know, it's one of those things, if you don't know what you're looking for, you ain't gonna. But don't worry, starting next week,
I think he's wanting to
everybody will
take a
get the
picture.
training. So we'll get a test page, not really training.
Patrick's wanting a picture of it.
Oh. Yes, yes.
I don't know what
With
he's.
the mask.
Did you want to get one?
yeah, I'll take one also, yeah.
Well,
Long time coming, gentlemen. Quit the music, quit that.
On 3. 1, 2.
Yeah. Back more. Oh, I'm sorry,